He knows a lot about the Constitution stuff. Professor Zack explains. Hi guys, my name is Professor Zack, and I am talking about life, liberty, and happiness. Any questions? I thought so. Let's move on. This is fun. It's Christmas. The Amendment 7. It says, insults at common law where the value in controversy shall exceed $20. Oh, that's a lot of money. The right to trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules by common law. What about Canada? Or Mexico? Hi guys, I'm back from my hiatus to school, where I learned knowledge, and now I am ready to tell you about Amendment 7. The most early version of Amendment 7 was introduced by James Madison in response to the anti-federalist problems with the Constitution. He liked it. In 1789, he did that. By December 15, 1971, they had adopted Amendment 7 to the Constitution. Stephen Trapphagen, you know that guy? Yeah, Nero, you know that guy? That's their birthday. The Amendment 7 has two clauses. The Preservation Clause, in suits at common law, where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved. Now this sets out the types of cases that juries are required to decide. There is another clause. It is called the Re-examination Clause. No fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules by common law. Now this prevents the federal judges from overturning jury verdicts in certain ways, which we will discuss next. The very first judicial opinion issued on this amendment was in the case of United States versus Watson in 1812. In this case, Supreme Court Justice Joseph Story said this in his opinion: beyond all question, the common law here alluded to is not the common law of any individual state, for it probably differs in all of the states. But it is the common law of England, the grand reservoir of our jurisprudence. It cannot be necessary for me to expound the grounds of this opinion, because they must be obvious to every person acquainted with the history of law. He says it's obvious. I don't get it, but that's what he said. Because of Joseph Story's opinion, the historical test was established, which said that the amendment is relying on the English common law. This meant that in a later case of Parsons v. Bedford in 1830, the Supreme Court said that jury trials were not constitutionally guaranteed for the cases of maritime law, because the English common law did not require juries for this. This rule was further clarified in Thompson v. Utah in 1898, which established that the relevant guide was English common law, rather than the common law of the present day in America, or in England, because the time had gone by, and they said that you must take into history and context. Does it make sense to you now? This amendment is so straightforward that even Charles W. Wolfram said it has been usually interpreted as if there were virtually a self-explanatory provision. In fact, almost every state in the United States, in its state constitution, says the same thing, where you have the right to a trial by jury in a civil case. It is a commonly known fact. What this means for us is that in a civil case, you may have a trial by jury if the amount is above $20. And why would you go to court for less than $20? It hardly seems worth the money. It says $20, but it does not make a lot of sense, because $20 in 1800 is, with inflation, almost $300 today. $300 is more than I have in my bank account. Do I have a bank account? So why did they do that? Well, according to law professor Philip Hamburg, the $20 requirement was intended to become obsolete by inflation, so that its application to more cases would be phased out gradually. This makes sense. Thank you, Philip. We must be grateful that the Amendment 7 was created, because it would stop things like this.
All rise and salute His Highest Greatest Majesty, Your Honor.
Thank you, Jeffries, my dear boy. Now let's see, what case do we have before us today?
Hello, Your Honor. My name is Little Jimmy, and he stole my $21 bill.
I didn't do it.
I see. We have the case of a stolen $21 bill.
I don't know what to do. Can I have a trial by jury, please?
Please, 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 please.
I didn't do it.
I really want it.
I got lots of money. My dad's, like, the president.
Very interesting.
And I mean, who does it look like you can trust?
Oh, that's too bad. Poor old James Madison didn't make it past the age of 3. Because if he did, he would have wrote in the 7th Amendment, which would have stopped me from continuing in my tyranny. And according to law 533, there shall be no trial by jury, not even for a missing $21 bill, Mr. Jeffries. None. You may go home now.